Women's veteran Sabre could be team manager for Scotland and Canada. Women's veterans Sabre team managers Scotland and Canada, please.
Attention please. Veteran women's team Sabre, Scotland and Canada, please go to the call room. Scotland and Canada, please attend the call room.
women's veteran Sabre. Can we have the team captain for England, please, or the team manager for England, so we can draw for the second semi-final? That's team captain England, women's veteran Sabre.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium, please, the first of today's semi-finals for the Veteran Women's Sabre Team Competition. Representing Scotland, Rosalind Graham, Vivian Frith, and Yvonne Walls. Representing Canada, Grace Bourne, Eden Costa, and Wendy Young. The refereeing team for the match are Patrick Jennings and Sam Upton. Good luck, ladies.
Now then, welcome to day 10. We are beginning our live commentary coverage of day 10 of the 2022 Commonwealth Fencing Championships here at the University of East London's Sports Dock. And we are beginning with semi-final coverage of the Veteran Women's Team Sabre. Scotland versus Canada for you here on our live stream coverage. Representing Canada then, Grace Bourne, Eden Costa, and they will be led out in the first match by Wendy Yarno. Representing Scotland, Michelle Neri, Ros Graham, led out by Vivian Frith, with Yvonne Walls on the starting as the reserve on the bench. Here we go then. Yano of Canada on against Frith of Scotland. And after being driven back on the first point, Yano just sharpens up, goes in the middle for two, the next two, just putting the pressure on Frith with the accuracy of attacks in the middle of the piece. And again, 3 in a row. He's just picking up the timing. Frith's coming off the line. She's coming off big steps. It's just giving Yano the opportunity to score, but also means that if she sees that Frith is looking to defend, then she can accelerate through the space given to her and score. And again, in with the attack with Yano. She looked to defend on that first point, and although she made Frith miss, Frith was so aggressively on the front foot that it meant that she realised that she didn't really want. She fell into the counterattack. She didn't really want to get back on the defensive. Certainly not until she'd done a bit of damage to Frith's attack, and so she really went to work in the middle of the piece. Small couple of first steps and then accelerating into the finish to score. Yano then handing over to Grace Bourne and Frith handing over to Graham. Here we go then, second period of 9 underway. Then it is Grace Bourne of Canada on our left, Ross Graham of Scotland on our right. Bourne just pressing now, and she's calmly able to finish. And just in the middle of the piece, you can see Grace Bourne is just rushing that attack a little bit. And she's going with a big step in a lunge, and the impact of that is that she's, because Graham is not stepping off the line super fast, it means that she's able to defend it well. She's giving herself the time and space to take per riposte. Graham has just sent this one to video. She thinks the final parry is with her. It was initially given for Grace Bourne. At the moment, both of these defences just struggling to find the rhythm on their, really the distance on their attacks. The distance is being kept quite wide, and it means that they're, neither one of them is quite able to finish as they would want. And again, this time Grace Bourne trying to go a little bit smaller and slower, but the distance is still really wide. Graham is not committing too far into the middle, and it means that she's got plenty of time for the parry pass. Graham was aware of now you can see that Bourne is just really struggling with that attack, and so much of it is how small off the line Graham is starting. And she's unable to land the riposte. Graham takes Scotland into the lead, 10-9. So Graham will hand over to her teammate Michelle Neri, while Grace Bourne will hand over to Eden Costa. Here we go then, Costa of Canada on our left, taking on Neri of Scotland on our right. Neri just opening out that lead for Scotland, 13-9 now. She's doing it just with a combination of really precise attacks in the middle and then strong defence. It's just forcing reactions from Eden Costa. Exactly like that then, into the middle strong. Costa feels forced to respond with the attack, and there we go, Scotland opening a 10-15 lead. So Bourne will be back on against Frith, and it'll be interesting to see how they both get on in this in these second legs, having both initially struggled in their first matches. Bourne just holds her composure. You can see Frith slowing down, but compared to how she started the first match, aware of the possibility of being attacked in the middle of the piece, just like that. And it's a good combination of attacks in the middle and parry ripostes for Grace Bourne early doors. 3 unanswered touches. Make that 4. And this time Frith finds that rhythm on the attack. You can see she's looking for Bourne to try to defend so that she can extend the attack and score. But Bourne has now drawn Canada level. 6 points, 6 touches to 2 in this, the fourth leg. Good variety off the line from Grace Bourne, mixing up between good attacks on preparation like that, and then also defence where she's able to stop the Frith's attack. Let's look to see if Bourne will defend on this one. Goes in, maybe caught a little bit in two minds. She didn't see Frith coming in at the same speed as she was anticipating. Neither one of them just able to quite find the... there we go, Bourne finds the distance. You can see Frith attacking aggressively off the line, and she's finding her way through these parries. They were not working for her earlier. These attacks were not working for her earlier. Grace Bourne was just able to find parry after parry in the first couple of points. But in that last couple of points, Bourne just unable to successfully land the parries, and means that Frith just keeps Scotland's nose in front. But nevertheless, a really good leg for Canada. 9-5 it worked out. So it's Neri back on against Yano, and we saw Yano just really strong in her first leg against Frith. She comes on now with one hit deficit, and she'll be quite glad of the work that Grace Bourne did for her in the previous leg. Great acceleration from Yano, however, she misses the first. Referee sent to the video for that.
Canada, Wales, Northern Ireland and England. Veteran men's Epee, managers or captains from England, Northern Ireland, Wales, Canada. Thank you.
The referee's come back and changed the decision, which means that Wendy Yano has drawn Canada level immediately on the first touch. You can see just that controlled footwork off the line from Yano just means that she's got all the time in the world to then accelerate and score. And Neri, you can see what she's trying to do. You can see that she's thinking she needs to get at Yano, throw her off her game in the middle. This time maybe a touch of overcommitment, maybe she just too aggressive off the line. And Yano is so balanced in the middle of the piece that it means that she's able to just defend so effortlessly, and she's taking Canada into the lead. 4 unanswered touches for Wendy Yano. And again, you can see Neri stranded in the middle of the piece. Good footwork from Wendy Yano, who is in, skips away to let Neri use the attack finish, and then takes it up her own. And one last time, really good aggressive fake. And she's taken Canada back into the lead. 6 unanswered touches, a really strong performance from Wendy Yano. And she will, of course, be finishing for Canada in that final leg. And her opponent in that final leg will be Graham, who is now back on for Scotland. Bros Graham on our right, taking on Eden Costa, who is back on for her second. Then after this, we're into the final legs for each of the fences. And it's attack off the line from Eden Costa. And we saw this in the first match that Graham had. She keeps it really small at the start. And because she does that, it just gives her opportunities to parry, but it also means that she creates space for the attacking preparation. It's quite similar to what we've seen from Wendy Yano, which means it will be a really interesting matchup. In strong again from Graham, which does mean that that ninth leg will be a really interesting matchup. With two fencers playing a not dissimilar game to each other. And as they come in and pause, Graham, because she is smaller off the line, she's the one who's able to find the time to start because she's more balanced and ready. Couple of times now, Graham's just trying to find the parry riposte, but Costa has just starting deeper into the middle of the piece, and nice counter riposte from Graham. Because she's balanced, because she's not overcommitting into the middle of the piece, she's giving herself opportunities. Just changes up the prep a couple of times now. She'd been caught out on the when she'd been caught out trying to defend, and part of that was she was going in quite small. The impact of that, and so what she's done is she's just changed up the prep, and it looks like now 3 points to 8 to 9 to 10 in this leg, and again the lead changes hands. Strong parry ripostes from Ros Graham. Put Scotland back in front. Grace Bourne then on for her last. She will face Michelle Neri. You think in particular the 8th leg matchup between Eden Costa and Viv Frith will be a fascinating matchup. Grace Bourne then on our left, Michelle Neri on our right. And Bourne has done a really good job of getting the attack. She's done a good job in the middle of the piece, staying small, staying balanced, and she's getting a lot of looks at attacks. However, unfortunately, she's just not able to land them. Because she's not able to land them, it means that she's giving her opponents just the opportunity to really attack with him. She's not taking the opportunities that are given to her by that good work in the middle. Michelle Neri, you can see there, just accelerating through the middle of the piece to take it over and score. The referees are just having a look at this. I think there's possibly a hint or a question about did Michelle Neri cross her feet at any point during that attack.
Veterans men's Epee teams, please attend the call room. Veterans men's Epee teams, please attend the call room. Thank you.
And they're back now, the hit has stood. This time though it is an attack into preparation for Bourne. And again, she gets the attack, but she's unable to land it. She's giving Michelle Neri the opportunity to just pick up on that mistake. And that good work that she's doing in the middle of the piece, she's just not consolidating it. And into the middle, you can see Grace Bourne thrown off of her middle game. It's decisive from Michelle Neri, and she takes Scotland into a 6-hit lead. And then Frith back on right for her last leg against Costa of Canada for her last leg. Referee sent to have a look at this on video. Maybe some hint that Frith might have parried it, but the referee returns. It's just clear attack for Eden Costa. Within 4 now. Within 3. 4 touches to 1 for Eden Costa. A really good performance in this from Eden Costa, just a balanced attacking game. Draws level for Canada. Referee probably just want to look at that. Frith knows she needs to attack. Does she overcommit on the distance? Does she go in too far? In the end, the referee says together. This time, though, that time she does overcommit on the distance. She does go in too deep. And again, the same thing. She pinned onto her on guard line. Eden Costa, 10 touches to 1 in this leg. And she goes into the guard on this one, but so far you feel like she is very happy with her work that she's done. She's brought Canada back into this. And again into the guard. Just struggling to get out of this 8th leg. Frith, just get it lining up more accurately now. Not overcommitting on that first step. And on review, Costa has taken Canada through. A great performance from her, and she has put Canada into the lead. Jarno against Graham on for this last leg, and both of these have had really strong performances all the way through. They've been these standout performers on their team, and we've seen both of them take a not dissimilar approach, looking to wait out the mistakes of their opponents in the middle of the piece and then capitalise and pick off mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see which of them is able to make that game work better for them, or whether they'll look to play a different game to try and throw off their opponents. One apiece. Jarno maybe just insisting a little bit more with the footwork, maybe just pushing a little bit more aggressively. Graham waiting, confident in her ability to find the timing scores on preparation. But you can see that Jarno, she's likely watched Graham. She knows that there's that big sweeping parry that comes from below to up. And so she's just taking her time and going in to land. The parry is taken. Taking a decent size, a decent length to look at this, the referees. Come back and they've changed the decision. So it's counter-attack parried, riposte touche. Canada edging, Canada now 43-41, 2 points the lead. You expect to see Jarno just persisting with this aggressive approach. This time, maybe anticipating an attempted attack on preparation, she goes in, pauses, but she's on the front foot, which means that she's the one able to take the attack, and she attacks under the arm, and you can see why. Graham looking to take that sweeping parry upwards, and Yano wants no part of it, so she finishes under the arm. One touch now, Canada need to go through to the final. Yano drops the attack on preparation short. It's nice distance. Now she's just building patiently. Watch for the acceleration as she goes in to score, and she lands under the arm. 45-41. Wendy Yano, after a tremendous performance by Eden Costa in the 8th leg, she has taken Canada through to the final, where they will meet the winners of England versus Wales, which we will have for you very shortly. But for now, we are going to take a short break, and then we will be back with our coverage of the next matchups, which will be coming out very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the feast the second veteran in Sabre semi-final. Representing England, Lucy Wright, Jane Hutchison, Jackie Epee, and Beth Davidson. They will fence Wales, represented by Harriet Thomas, Wednesday Jones, Lynette Robinson, the refereeing team for the match are Andreas Lewis from Greece and Thomas Newman from Canada.
And without further ado, it is time to get back to the action in the veteran women's Sabre team championships. And it is time for the second semi-final match, which will be between England and Wales. Wales made up of Marion Thomas, Wednesday Jones and Lynn Robinson, with Emma Waller starting out as reserve, while England is made up of Lucy Wright, Jane Hutchison and Jackie Emeze Heath, with Beth Davidson in reserve. Also just being presented to the crowd is the semi-finals of the veteran men's Epee. And you can watch those matchups on the dedicated streams for each of the coloured pistes. On the blue piste, England will take on Northern Ireland, and on the yellow piste, Wales will take on Canada. You can find those matchups on the dedicated streams for the blue piste and the yellow piste respectively. So we will be focusing on the second semi-final between semi-final in the veteran women's Sabre between England and Wales.
Mark Samuel and David Arthurs. The referees for this match are Vanessa Chichon from Spain and Victoria Minotaur from Australia. On the blue piece, England, represented by Alex Ellison, Chris Hauser, Gregory Allen, and David.
So we've not seen England in action yet, but we did catch Wales. If you were watching the stream earlier, they came through against Australia.
Duncan Salter and Stefan Munn. The referees for this match are Peter Kreese of Australia and Karolina Alieska from Slovakia. Gentlemen, good luck.
And early on, Emeze Heath just dominating the start of the match, giving herself time and mixing up between strong attacks and then fake attacks. Referee is sent to take. This time, Heath just lining up. And it's strong start from SMA Heath. Balanced in the middle of the piste. She's able to take England into a 5-2 lead. And it will be Marion Thomas of Wales coming on against the individual champion, Jane Hutchison. And it's off the line, dynamic from Jane Hutchison. This time just short from Hutchison. Thomas in, forces the mistake. Hutchison pauses now before launching her own attack. And 3-10 now the lead.
Would the gentleman in the last 8 please attend the courtroom? Cadet men's Sabre.
And it's an early lead for England in this semi-final. 10-3 they lead. Lucy Wright now on for England, taking on Wednesday Jones of Wales. Underway on the blue and the yellow piste in the semi-finals between, in the veteran men's team Epee, between Northern Ireland and England on the blue piste and Canada and Wales on the yellow piste. Wright opens out, balanced between attack and defence, onto the attack again, strong in the middle of the piste, and she is now landed 3 touches unanswered, the lead for England out to 10, 4 touches, mixing up with strong, she's got a strong start off the line and she mixes that with attack and defence, and it is 5 touches in a row for Lucy Wright. 12 hits the lead now for England in this semi-final. Into the 4th leg now, and SMA Heath back on for England, Marion Thomas back on for Wales. And you can see then Thomas clearly looking to press, clearly looking to get onto the front foot against SMA Heath. SMA Heath just patient in the middle of the piste, balanced, accelerates and scores her first before stepping away to make the attack miss and scoring with her own. Confident on defence is SMA Heath. And once on the attack, she accelerates and scores. Look for her maybe to attack now. She's done damage to Thomas's attack. Back on defence again, and this time with the counter-attack onto the wrist. And SMA Heath just skips off the line. 20 points to 3, England now lead. Confident fencing from Jacqueline SMA Heath. Wright then on for her second against Robinson for Wales on for her second. And England just looking very strong at the moment, in control. Wright in, aggressive. And Robinson patient on the press. Draws the counter-attack and finishes. Strong attack from Lucy Wright off the line. An exchange of counter ripostes from Lucy Wright, and she comes out on top. Lynette Robinson through. Wales need this. They need to get some momentum. They went 3 matches without scoring a hit, and it allowed England to build this big lead. And Wright goes through. 4 touches. Robinson scored, but England still opened the lead by... Still managed to open the lead by another touch. "18 points the lead now. Jane Hutch then back on for her second, taking on Wednesday Jones of Wales. Hutchison misses the first riposte, but she's alive to the moment, accelerates and takes up the reprise. And Jones through for her first. And Hutchison now just asserting her dominance on the attack. 30 points to 8 now, the lead for England. "30 points to 8 now, the lead for England," and we are into the last set of matches. Lucy Wright back on for her last against Marion Thomas of Wales, and it is a big lead now that England hold over Wales. It's Emma Waller, I think, on for Wales. And she's just scored a couple of touches, just drawing Lucy Wright into missing. And again, but unable to capitalise on the riposte. Lands with the counter-attack. 3 unanswered touches for Emma Waller, who's on as the reserve. And there's Lucy Wright scoring her first with the parry riposte. A long way back for Wales now, though. Waller collects the parry, but Wright collects the blade again. And after 3 touches unanswered, Lucy Wright has just regained a bit of composure in this match, gained a measure of control. And there's the parry riposte from Waller. 4 touches she has landed. 5 now. Wright collects the blade on defence. Five apiece in that leg. England's lead remains 22. A long way back for Wales. Epee Heath then on for her last match. Jones of Wales on for hers. There's that patient start from Epee Heath. She doesn't give anything away and then accelerates through to score. Happy to give ground because she trusts her defence. Epee Heath lands with the counter-attack. And this time, as Thomas is coming forward, Epee Heath just accelerates over the top of it. Thomas through, the counter-attack lands on the guard from Epee Heath. And again, the counter-attack lands on the, from Epee Heath, lands on the guard. This time, though, lines it up, backing it up by skipping into distance. She is 1 away from handing over to Jane Hutch for the final leg. This time in, skips away as the attack comes. And Epee Heath will hand over to Jane Hutchison. Lynette Robinson on for Wales. What can she do to overturn any part of this 23-hit deficit? Hutch then off the line, strong, confident move, preparation, draws Lynette into defense, takes up the attack to score. A really dominant performance so far this by England. And Hutchison just strands Robinson in the middle of the piece and takes her time to land the attack. And again the same, looking very strong is Jane Hutchison as she takes England within one of the gold medal match. And there it is. They will face. Hutchison takes England through. They will face England in the gold medal match, which we will have for you later on today. The next coverage we have will be the bronze medal match between Wales and Scotland. That will be here for you on the podium piece. You can also watch the coverage of the veteran men's Epee semi-finals. They are currently taking place on the blue and the yellow piece respectively. On blue is England versus Northern Ireland. England leading 20 points to 15, while on yellow it is Wales against Canada, and Wales lead that match 16-11. But we are going to take a short break, and then we will be back for the bronze medal match of the veteran women's team Sabre.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you're aware, the fencers arriving on green and red pieces now are the last 8 of the Cadet men's Sabre competition. Attention please. Somebody has left an asthma inhaler in the call room. They will hold it for you until you go and collect it. Attention please, Patrick Jennings to the call room. Patrick Jennings to the call room, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium, please, the teams for the third place playoff in the veteran women's Sabre event. Representing Wales, Wednesday Jones, Marion Thomas, Emma Waller, and Lynette Robinson. Representing Scotland, Vivian Frith, Rosalind Graham, Michelle Leary, and Yvonne Walls. The refereeing team for this match are Patrick Jennings and Sam Ogden, both from England. Good luck, ladies.
Welcome back to our coverage of Day 10 of the Commonwealth Fencing Championships 2022. It is time for our first medal match of the day, and it is the veteran women's team Sabre that we will be focusing on. And I am delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Sam McClellan. Sam, welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been a while since we got you. We're able to get you back up in the commentary box. You've been busy refereeing the last couple of days. How's it going?
Very, very well, thank you. Very good. It's been quite a busy last few days. Lots of fencing, and with the combined junior and cadet and veterans, it's been a little bit of having multiple hats on at once, but it's been great fun and very nice athletes and good colleagues as well. So it's been a really good few days of competition.
Excellent. Well, so we're here then in the bronze medal match. We watched both of the semi-finals, and we will have the coverage of the final for you shortly on Fencing Vision. But first of all, we have our coverage of the bronze medal match, and we saw both Wales and Scotland in action again in those semi-finals. Scotland, very close match-up against Canada, who went through narrow winners. A match back and forth, changed hands a lot, whereas England threw in the other semi-final a much more convincing performance against Wales. They went through 45-17, but we are now here in this bronze medal playoff, and it is Emma Waller of Wales opening up for us with against Michelle Neri of Scotland.
Quite an interesting pairing here. Neri favours the flunge and quite a dynamic mover, whereas Waller is a bit more clinical, tends to keep her feet on the ground. But it seems to be paying off for Neri so far, perhaps disrupting the Welsh fencers' rhythm from the outset. Could be a good start for Scotland here. But then a focus attack for Waller there. Neri again bouncing around, Waller staying even-headed. Both jumping a little bit.
And there's the attack from Neri. She goes through. So it's a good opening leg for Scotland. 5-2 they lead, and it is a good leg for Michelle Neri against Wales's finisher Emma Waller. Neri will hand over to her teammate Ros Graham, who will be the finisher for Scotland, and she will be taking on Wednesday Jones. As you said, a bit of a clash of styles in that first leg. I think we could possibly expect to see a bit more of the same. In the semi-final against Scotland, Ros Graham fenced really prepared very, very small, took advantage of preparations, looking to score pari ripostes, really living in the middle of the piste. Whereas Wednesday Jones maybe just a bit more aggressive off the line, maybe looking to drive forward and attack.
Yeah, I think so. I think Graham is a very precise fencer, as you say, lots of very, very small movements, and she's not going to make somebody fall short by about 3 meters. She's going to kind of matrix them out of the way and hope to get that timing hit. But it will be interesting to see. There we are, you see, 2 clean steps, nice clean pari riposte. Misses there. Wednesday Jones taking her time.
She lands onto the guard of Graham as she looks to take the blade. So even though she gained the attack, she wasn't able to do anything with it. This time aggressive off the line from Graham. It's nice variety that she's showing.
Nice clean attack there, yeah.
And the attack on preparation as well. She's just staying disciplined at the start, really small off the line. And that's meaning that she's just dominating the middle of the piste. And that's what's getting her onto the front foot here. Jones, though, able to defend, and she's pressing now. And the parry is good from Graham. Technical variety, the order of the day.
Jones not so good on the distance, and the attack tends to get too close to Graham. And as I say, she has a good feeling. As soon as you step in that zone, that kind of red danger area, you have to either be hitting or have some kind of plan. A bit eyes closed a little bit there from Jones, but a good leg from Ros Graham.
She will hand over to teammate Viv Frith for Scotland. Meanwhile, Jones handing over to Marion Thomas, who's on now for Wales.
Viv Frith, perhaps from the Neri school, if one can say that, of the middle. Favours the flunge, fast off the line, and quite a dynamic mover, and a little bit unpredictable as well. Interesting how these changes are going match by match in the styles.
Frith on the attack.
Not afraid to be aggressive is Frith. Very quickly off the line. And again, but caught in a nice parry there by the Welsh fencer. Set her up for that one.
And Frith just looking to be aggressive. She steps in too deep, and Thomas is there, able to score. Frith sends the referee to video. Not sure this one will come back with a change. Absolutely not. Referee Patrick Jennings stays with his decision.
Again, Frith on the long attack there. Not a fencer you can give a lot of space to once she's got the momentum with her. Welsh fence perhaps needs to use a bit more of the length of the piece if she's going to go for that action. Frith gets her blade taken there. quite good play from the Welsh fencer. Feints full short power riposte. Again, Frith with her hand back. She's preparing in the middle. She's looking to go for that long attack, and the Welsh fencer's taking advantage and just finishing cleanly in the middle. Nice power riposte there from the Welsh.
And as you said, Sam, Marion Thomas just closing up the distance in the middle of the piece, not giving Frith room, but there she doesn't go in as deep. Vivian Frith able to accelerate and score.
That's it, and that's where we need to see more steps back from the Welsh fencer if she's going to make that full short. Again, Frith looking for the long attack. The distance isn't quite working for her. She's relying on the Welsh fencer going for that full short. Again.
And this time Frith stranded in the middle of the piece. Thomas skips out of the way to make it miss and is able to score. Frith, though,
and scores.
Given room, and she will take that all day, but she misses at the first attack. And this time, as Frith looks to attack, Thomas changing up the counter offence.
Nice distance there from the Welsh fencer. She's perhaps got a better feeling now. Looks for power riposte, nearly finds it. So again, Frith needs to be a bit more careful now because the Welsh is being more canny, finding her distance. Okay, Frith looks to change, but the Welsh fencer is precise in the middle there. Both go into each other's guard there, not clean. And again, a long attack to finish there from Frith. A good leg from the Welsh fencer though, figured her out.
10 points. Marion Thomas scored for Wales in that leg. Frith handing back over to Michelle Neri, who got the initial lead for Scotland, and she will be facing Wednesday Jones back on for her second match.
And these two fencers quite similar, so this will be interesting how they match each other. I think there's a lot of room for precision in the middle, and the one who has the better distance and the more direct timing, I think will come out well of this one. But we'll wait and see. Taking their time to get ready, excellent.
Both on now. Neri of Scotland on our left, Jones, Wales on our right. Referee for this is Patrick Jennings, who's back on for this leg.
So slightly more direct with the hand there from Neri. So that's what we're saying. You can't go too big in the middle, and Neri just seems to be the more precise of the two here.
No mistakes from Michelle Neri. She is positive off the line, driving Wednesday Jones back.
More aggressive from Jones there, simultaneous calls. Neri scores the long attack again. Again, Jones can't really give her that space. She needs to find something in the middle. Second intention or something. Goes for the same in the middle, both together.
Michelle Neri just shortening up. She's looking for the attack on preparation that she scored earlier. She's going smaller with the footwork just as a way to try and find that. And now she's changing on to defence. And there catches the wrist.
Nice stop cut there. And again, that's the precision we were talking about. Wednesday Jones too big, and Neri finds that precision, which we didn't see so much of in the first leg. Not that it caused her to suffer, but now we found it. This is very good from Michelle Neri and Team Scotland.
Vivian Frith then back on for her second. In an interesting matchup this one. Emma Waller of Wales are on for her second. Waller will be the finisher for Wales, and you expect that this could be a big leg for Wales. They will be wanting Emma Waller to do to really eat into this lead that Scotland have built.
Indeed, and I think she's a clean head as well as a clean technique. You know, she's a reliable force. So it'll be interesting what advice Frith will have got from the box from the last leg and how she's going to keep this lead for Team Scotland. Frith fast off the line, a little bit too fast.
And you can see there that first point, Frith just slowing down, shortening up her steps.
Yeah, both being a bit more precise in this this leg from the outset. Waller just taking that nice power riposte. Again, Frith looking to go for the long attack, but she doesn't find the right distance, so Waller punishes her for that. Frith cleaner in the middle there.
And again, every once in a while, Frith just losing that discipline on the first step, getting big, and it's just opening the door for Waller to land the attack on preparation.
That's more precise from Frith. Personally, I would have called for video, but there we are. That's it, you see. So now she's more precise in the middle. Waller looking for timing, which she doesn't find. Frith finishes in the middle. Slightly too big there again.
And there's the parry riposte for Frith.
Return from Waller. Again, a direct attack there from Frith. Waller's waiting, looking for preparation. I can't see this one changing, but we'll see. Frith needs to keep this directness in the middle, and she'll finish strongly against the Welsh fencer. Looks like it'll be the same call. And referee Ogden stays with his decision. Attack, counter-attack.
Meanwhile, on the red piste, the semi-finals for the Cadet boys Sabre are just being announced. They will be happening. It looks like they'll be happening one after the other on the red piste. And again, Frith just losing her discipline off the start, getting big with that first step, finding it again though. And what she's done well is when she has been punished with the big step, she's adapted it and brought it back. Waller skips away. She knows that Frith is really focusing on that first step.
The second match will be Henry Martin from England.
Is the attack coming from Waller? Lands.
Nice finish there.
Doing good work for Wales here. 9 points to 4 she has scored. And there's the
nice
parry.
Riposte, yeah. Frith not really been trying to set up parry riposte or fall short. Perhaps this will come later. Unlucky there from Frith.
And there's the attack from Frith. It is through. And she gets out of the leg. 25-23, the lead for Scotland. Gave up a number of touches to Waller there, but still in the lead. You feel like Scotland will still be happy with that as a result, as Frith will hand back over to Graham, who will look to just reopen this lead for Scotland.
I think that's right. I think just to get to the next figure, you know, regardless of what's come up, that's the most important thing. So I think there's still a positive energy. It looks like in the Scotland camp, I think Wales would have been probably hoping to overturn that one. But nevertheless, a very strong leg from the Welsh fencer.
So then, Graham back on as Scotland's finisher. And a succession of parries, and in the end it's the counter-attack from Graham, and she's furious with herself despite getting the point.
Nice parry riposte there from Graham. Again, very clean, fancy attack. Nice quick hand parry riposte.
Thomas now on the press, looking to finish, but Graham is there under the arm.
That's another example. Not so great distance there from the Welsh fencer. Needs to be really wary, hold the distance better on the long attack. And again, higher post there from Graham. Graham on the march. A good power post there, strong from the Welsh fencer.
And she has landed her first of this leg. We want to get out of this with a little bit more. But Graham on the attack now. He takes the counter attack is parried by Graham. And it is a good leg for Scotland. You can see the importance there of that lead that Frith just held on to, just generating a bit of momentum for Scotland, and Viv Frith back on for her last match against Wednesday Jones. On red, the first semi-final in Cadet Boys Sabre underway. Zach Woodward of England and taking on Oscar Shee of Australia. We will be staying here for the conclusion of this bronze medal match in the veteran women's sabre between Scotland on our left and Wales on our right. Into the final 3 legs, last matches for every fencer. Frith on our left for Scotland held Waller at bay in her last match. Wednesday Jones yet to score a touch in this bronze medal match. She will want to do more for the Welsh team in this her final leg.
Again, Frith with each leg becoming more and more controlled for their preparation and finish. Too big there again. The first for Jones. Needs to be more precise in the middle here, Frith. There we are. Small steps with her eyes open and could therefore see that pyro post. A really good example, I have to say, and again, as a referee, slightly biased, but really good refereeing there. Not coaching the fencers, but really making it clear for them what their mistakes are. And as you can see there, Frith improves as a result of the good calls. And it's very important to see. Jennings going to the video. Both quite cagey in the middle. It is hard to separate. And again there, Frith just too passive. Jones slightly more aggressive, wanting to change the momentum.
And that aggression brings with it risks, and Frith is able to take advantage of it, and now she's through and scores. Viv Frith, one away from handing over to Michelle Neri in the 8th.
England, Canada, veterans men, team officials to the team for the goal, please.
Referee Jennings just wants to look at this. How did the parries exchange themselves back and forth?
Fencers not helping themselves too much there. Not the cleanest parries we've seen all day. Difficult one. Parry, counter parry, riposte for the Welsh. Both going back to this cagey start, neither really wanting to give anything away. And again, more aggressive from both there, but still simultaneous. You get the sense one of them is going to break soon as they get faster and faster in this middle. And Frith does and takes nice pyro riposte.
5-4 then in that leg for Viv Frith.
Doing well there to keep, a reasonable margin.
Michelle Neri on for her last against Marion Thomas, who will be on for her final matchup of this competition. Wednesday Jones then, 4 touches in that leg, did something that did enough, maybe, hopefully she will hope, just to have kept Wales in this and give Marion Thomas something to aim for. And she will see if she can just start to erase this deficit, this 7-touch deficit that that Wales will need to be overcoming.
Welsh fence are testing Michelle Neri's hand there rather than her mask. Maybe she'll get boofed back in the first hit, who knows.
And off the line goes Neri. We've seen that aggressive attack from her.
Just a little bit too wild there. Neri up and down, and the distance, I think she got a little bit cloudy in her mind. The Welsh fence are able to pick her off. Neri on the attack again.
Through and scores. Neri then through again. She's staying on the front foot. She's staying aggressive. Harrying defense from Neri, but Thomas is through to score. The lead still 8 points though.
Neri taking the blade and now flunge there. Nice hit. She's been parried a few times, so she dealt with the blade that time. Calming herself before what hopefully will be the last hit for her. And it is a nice stop cut there from Neri. Takes us to a 10. Takes Team Scotland to a 10-point lead.
Neri walking back, she'll hand over to Ros Graham, who has looked strong all match. In fact, only giving up 1 hit in her first 2 matches. And she is on against Emma Waller. Emma Waller, who went down 5-2 in her first match against Michelle Neri, but clawed back the deficit by scoring 11-5 against Frith in the middle leg.
Both these fences very precise, so this will be interesting to see who can keep their nerve. Graham obviously with an enormous lead. Maybe Waller will try to be a bit more disruptive. We'll see. Waller goes big with her hand there, and Graham picks her off.
Waller maybe just thinking about the points. It's a good parry riposte from Ros Graham. Waller maybe just rushing slightly in the middle of the piece, feeling the pressure of the points that she needs to score.
The temptation, I suppose, is to go fast and be disruptive, but against Graham, it's a bit of a bargain because she will pick you off. Difficult to be down by 11 hits and keep your head, keep the precision. Very difficult for Waller here.
Graham on the attack now. Can she finish? Yes, she can.
She does.
She has taken Scotland to within 1 of the bronze medal. 2 hits so far Waller has scored. She will need to do more to get any kind of momentum in. And there's the counter-attack from Graham. 45-32. Scotland takes the bronze medal. Disciplined performance from Ros Graham takes Scotland to that bronze medal finish. And that is our first medal match of the afternoon. We are going to take a short break, and then we will be back for, I expect, the gold medal match of the veteran women's team Sabre. Sam, I believe you have to leave us. I think you're going to be involved in that gold medal match. But thank you very much for joining us for that first medal match of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
rounded your foot or moved your hand, foot hand across your attack, or you bring your hand back and close the attack. So it must be lovely.
England, represented by Lucy Wright, Jane Hutchison, Jackie Esimajo-Lees, and Beth Davidson. Will Fence Canada, represented by Grace Ball, Eden Costa, and Wendy Yarno. The refereeing team for this final is Sam McClellan from Scotland and Ilkin Gubler from Turkey. Ladies, good luck.
And it is time for our final now. We've just finished the bronze medal match, and it is time for the final England versus Canada in the veteran women's team Sabre. England on our right, Canada on our left. Canadian team of Grace Bourne, Eden Costa, Wendy Yano, and the England team of Lucy Wright, Jane Hutchison, and Jacqueline SMA Heath, with Beth Davidson on the bench as the reserve. So, Canada will be led out by Wendy Yano, who we saw lead Canada, who led Canada to that, victory in the semi-final against Scotland. And England will be led out by Jacqueline SMA Heath, who showed really strong performances in the semi-final in that really dominant England win over Wales. They won that 45-17. England probably starting this match as favourites. After that performance in the semi-final against Wales, where they really got in front early and just built their lead consistently across the 9 legs, and ending up dominant runaway winners in the semi-final. And there you can see the type of fencing that it was that brought England through that semi-final. SMA Heath just really patient off the line, but when she chooses to go, she really does accelerate and scores. So Wendy Yano doing what she needs to. You feel like she will be crucial for this Canadian team. She fenced so consistently well against Scotland, but SMA Heath just doing what's required of her. And there's the counter-attack, which scoring for SMA Heath, 3 apiece. Yano, we saw her in the semi-finals, so effective on that attack. She's patient at the very start in the middle of the piece. She doesn't overcommit, and then she's able to give herself room to take the attack. And that's how she accelerates and scores. Really nice attack on preparation from Wendy Yano. 5-4, she takes Canada into an early lead. But SMA Heath, she won't be upset about that. It's a good opening leg. She's keeping it really close, and she will hand over to the individual champion, Jane Hutchison. And it will be an interesting leg, that 9th leg, because Hutch and Yano, they met in the semi-finals of the individual event with Jane Hutchison going through 10-8. In the last 8, Yano and SMA Heath actually met as well. 10-2 the score for Wendy Yano. So in that, SMA Heath will not be disappointed with that performance in the first leg then. 5-4, keeping it really close, a much more even match than it was in the individual. The individual champion then on against Grace Bourne. And Jane Hutch just mixing up her actions in the middle of the piece. Attacks on preparation, defense, and then also she's confident on defense as well. So as she's dropping back, Grace Bourne building, but she's having to be careful, and it means that she's finishing her attack short. And Jane Hutch takes the parry and lands to score. She has scored 4 touches unanswered, make that 5. And she has taken England within 1 of entering the third leg. There is the counter-attack from Hutch. 10-5 the score, and it's a big reversal for England. And this is why SMA Heath will not have been disappointed with her performance in that first leg. She handed over to Jane Hutchison, who did exactly what we expected the individual champion to do, which was get into her rhythm, set up her distance and timing, and really go to work. (10-5) then the lead. (10-5) then. Eden Costa on for Canada and Lucy Wright on for England. And Eden Costa, we remember in that semi-final against Scotland, she did a really big job for the Canadian team. She came on with the score 29-35 in favour of Scotland, and was able to do a 11-4 run in the 8th leg, handing over a lead to Wendy Yano. But here, Lucy Wright just getting going with her attacking game. And her defensive game in the middle of the piece. Strong parries from Lucy Wright. Eden Costa just doesn't have an answer at the moment. She's being provoked into making actions on Lucy Wright's timing, and Lucy Wright through 15, 5-1 in that leg, 15-6 the score. A 9-hit lead for England, and we are into the 4th with fences coming back on for their second leg. Jacqueline SMA Heath on against Grace Bourne. SMA Heath went 5-4 down in that first leg to Yano, but she will be on now against Grace Bourne, and she will be looking to extend this England lead. For Grace Bourne, it will be so important that she's able to start eating into the England lead, not letting England run away with this match, because once they get the momentum behind them, this England team can be so difficult to stop. SMA Heath then on our right for England. Grace Bourne on our left for Canada. Meanwhile, on the coloured piste, the Cadet Women's Epee quarterfinals have just come out. They are taking place there, and you can follow them on the Fencing Vision stream. SMA Heath onto the front foot. Looking confident here against Grace Bourne. (17-7) the lead, 10 points now. SMA Heath will be just looking to do exactly what she is here, extending the lead. And she's continuing to work well. 10 points the lead. Can she do more to extend it? Yes, she can. Bourne in, stranded in the middle of the piste. SMA Heath lets her look for the blade, attacks over the top of it. 11 touches the lead. Handing over to Lucy Wright, and you think Wendy Yano will need a big leg here in the middle if she can start to turn this match around for Canada. On against Lucy Wright. On the coloured piste then is the quarterfinals of the Cadet Women's Epee. Wai Yuk Lin of Canada taking on Ruyen Zhao of Canada on the blue piste. On the yellow piste, Kashfi Garg of India takes on Nazia Shaikh, also of India. On green, Hannah Labor of England takes on Stephanie Shen of Canada. And on red, Natalia Safa Shahril of Malaysia takes on Amelie Russell of Wales. We are going to stay here for the conclusion of this gold medal match, our first gold medal match of the day, England versus Canada. And England in a strong position going into the fifth leg of this veteran women's sabre team event. Yano forced onto the back foot, and Lucy Wright attacks over the top of it. You can see what Yano's trying to do. She's starting small, she's looking to pick up the timing, but at the moment, Lucy Wright being really aggressive off the line, she's making it difficult for Yano to pick her timing to score. And at the moment, Lucy Wright is doing a great job for the England team. Yano scores with the counter-attack. That's her second. And there it is, Yano lining up her attack in the middle of the piece to score. And that disciplined approach in the middle of the piece, just starting small, starting patient, just starting to pay dividends as Yano is starting to pick up the mistakes that Wright is making. And a yellow card coming out for Lucy Wright as she crosses her feet going off the line. Wright skips away now, building her attack. Building patiently, Yano just harrying, and the parry is, attack is parried, and then the counter riposte is with Lucy Wright. 4 touches Yano has scored in this leg, but she will want to do more. She needs to start eating into this deficit. Patient build up in the middle of the piece and then accelerates in as Lucy Wright overcommits. And there's the attack from Wendy Yano. Lucy Wright sends the referee to the video. She believes that she found the blade. And it's a red card for Lucy Wright. Done for crossing again. And you can see she's just a bit more cautious coming off the line now, and that means that Wendyano has space to go through and score. Lucy Wright, patient on the build-up. Those red cards, she's just aware that she needs to be careful. Referee just taking a look. Another red card for Lucy Wright. 10 touches now Yano has scored in this leg. This is exactly what Canada need. Lucy Wright will be looking for a way out of this leg, but Yano keen to keep pushing her advantage. And there's the parry riposte from Lucy Wright. "11 touches then. Wendyano scored, but still 5 hits the deficit, and Jane Hutch, the individual champion, will come on against Eden Costa. And she will be looking to re-extend this England lead. Eden Costa, can she contain the England finisher? Eden Costa then, you can see she's looking to score, looking to put Jane Hutch under pressure. And as she pressures the attack though, Hutchison able to score over the top with a counter-attack. And the attack is through from Hutchison, and in a flash, 5 points, the lead back out to 10. And England made their change. Davidson on for Lucy Wright in the 7th. Grace Bourne back on for Canada. She scored 3 in her last leg, and she again, can she start to do something about this England lead? Can she start to eat into it? Now then, into the 7th. Davidson on.
Henry Martin, please go to the forward. Henry Martin, please go
And Grace Bourne, as she presses, she comes to a stop. Davidson able to take it up and score. And now in, draws the attack from Bourne, drops it short and scores. Just changing weapon, Grace Bourne. 11 hits the lead for England over Canada. Skips away. Davidson now taking her time to build the attack, but Bourne able to catch the blade. And they're waiting until the very end. Davidson lands with the counter-attack. 3-1 so far in this leg, and the substitution working for England, it seems. 4-1. A good substitution for England as Beth Davidson, now within 1. 13 hits the lead. And there she accelerates to score. 5-1 in that leg. 14 hits the lead for England. And Esme Heath now on for her last. 14 hits, the lead that England hold. And Eden Costa, she came in with a deficit for Canada in the semi-finals, and she managed to turn it around. She will need to produce something similar here. Costa onto the front foot. Lands 2. She's off to a good start. Can she use this momentum to start building? Referee McClellan would like a look at this one. And Costa with her third. She's on to the attack again with her fourth. The lead down to 10. Can she keep this momentum going? Can she get somewhere close to that target score of 40 for Canada? And Esme Heath just trapped on her on guard line. She cannot get forward. She cannot get any kind of momentum into this this matchup. And there she's able to score her first, but she's given up 6 hits. Costa will be fancying her chances here as she scores again. 7 touches to 1 in this leg for Canada. SMA Heath looking to try and get out and attack, but she's just misjudging the distance. She's getting too big with that step, and it means that Costa can score. Costa just doing a really good job here, and the referee would like a look at this. Did Costa miss her first? Yes, she did. And it's SMA Heath's second. A yellow card for Costa, possibly for an early start. SMA Heath lands in the middle. Finally, her attacks have just started to work, maybe find the distance, and it means that she can skip away. Costa, though, finds the blade to score. 9 touches she has landed in this match. It's a good performance from Eden Costa, but she's still... And there it is. SMA Heath dropping a number of touches in that first part of the match. But still the lead is 10 for England. It shows how dominant they have been through the match, that even a big leg like that for Eden Costa still doesn't bring England closer than 10 hits. And it is now Jane Hutchison on for England, looking to close out for the gold medal, and Wendy Yano of Canada on to see if she can upset this England lead. Now then, Hutchison on for England, skips away from the attack from Yano. Yano in turn skipping away from Hutchison's. And there's the attack from Wendy Yano. You've seen the acceleration as she sweeps into distance to score.
Could we have the men's Epee team?
This time though, as Yano builds up, gets too close, and she steps into the distance for Hutchison's counter-attack. She's fencing well in the middle of the piste as Yano, but she has so little room to make mistakes. Like that, she takes the parry, she makes Hutchison miss, but she's unable to capitalize. This time, solid from Yano, takes the parry, skips in to score with the riposte. And on the attack. 3 touches to 2, and Yano looking strong in the middle of the piste. But Hutchison through on the attack. And Yano, just these unforced errors in the middle, they're just causing the problems. It means that Hutchison is now, she only needed 5. Yano could not afford to make mistakes. There it is, the counter-attack scores. No, halt was called. Jane Hutchison clearly hurt her ankle. She believes that she scored before the referee said halt. medic has now just come out to the piste, and it looks like Hutchison just twisted her ankle possibly, or rolled it. She still believes that the touch should stand as hers, but referee is So Jane Hutch just currently receiving a bit of treatment on that ankle. It looks like she slipped or jarred it as she was looking to change direction in the middle of the piste. So just taking time to have that checked by the medical team. So we're just going to pause our coverage there while we await until that medical break is completed. Hutchison now just doing up her shoe. Looks like we'll be back on for this, the conclusion of this final.
Dr. Charles Tanner, please attend duty. Dr. Charles
Back on guard.
Tanner, duty, please.
44-33, the lead for England, and we'll see if there is any impact of this injury on Hutchison in this last leg. But you feel that, you know, she would just be thinking about getting any light on if that injury is serious. Jarno patient in the build-up, and there's the attack through. Jarno building again. Unsuccessful with the attack. Hutchison able to parry, and she is now building. Jarno pressing again. Parries the counter-attack from Hutchison. 5 touches she has scored now.
Attention, please.
Hutchison just holding in the middle.
Men's foils for full please. Cadet, men's
And again, Jarno is through.
8 fences to the full
Her 6th point in this leg. Her 2nd since the injury break. Her 7th now. But she has no margin of error. She needs to be this disciplined, this perfect the entire time if she is going to do something remarkable for Canada. But she cannot. In the end, it was too much of a task, too much of an ask for Wendy Jarno. 7-5, the score in that leg, but it is England who take the gold, the first gold medal of the of the day in the veteran women's sabre teams. We are going to take a short pause, and then we will be back for our next final, which I believe will be the cadet men's sabre final.
the Cadet men's Sabre finalists. Oscar Shee of Australia. Henry Martin.
Welcome back then for our second final of the afternoon. It is the Cadet Boys individual final, and it will be between Henry Martin of England and Oscar Shee of Australia. And I am delighted to be joined on commentary again by Pat Jennings. Pat, welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me again, and as always, excited to be here for this one.
So Oscar Shee took out the top seed Zach Woodward 15-12 in the semi-finals. Henry Martin fought through his teammate Ryuki Hiyama, convincing win in the end, 15-9. So both of these overturning higher seeds to make the final. Have you seen much of the Cadet men's Epee, men's Sabre, today, Pat?
Today I've not seen too much of it. I have been refereeing the veterans women. I refereed the pools in the beginning, but unfortunately none of these fences were in that. But I do obviously know Henry Martin. I've seen him on the British circuit before. Very, very strong fencer. And I'm going to kind of expect that from him. Lots of big, powerful movements. What about yourself? Have you seen Shee fence today?
I saw him a little bit in his semi-final against Woodward, and what he did really well was he had really dynamic attacks in the middle of the piece, and he could hit with attack on preparation, he could hit with attack off the line, and he made it really difficult for Woodward to get any kind of purchase in the middle of the piece. So it'd be interesting to see if Martin's got an answer for that really aggressive attacking style that Shee brings.
I mean, I did watch a couple of touches with Martin, and it looks like he has been moving very well. So if that's the case, if he does have a nice, powerful attack off the line, does Shee from Australia, I wouldn't be too worried if I was Martin, because he seems to be reading the distance quite well, and his powerful legs to be able to move out the way.
So then, Oscar Shee on our left, Henry Martin on our right. It's exactly as you said, Pat. Henry Martin moving well, misses the first riposte, but maybe he won't be too worried about that.
Nice touch. Very, very patient coming down the piece. Like I said, I expected of this Martin at the beginning, maybe getting a feel for the match. Oh.
Martin just landing on the guard there on his attack. Shee drops short in the middle 3 times so far.
Very nice, and I think Shee has had to slow down, as you said, Rob, because he's fall short 3 times already, and now this gives Martin just some more options. So the referee says that yes, it was no, but Martin searches himself, so he gives the priority back up.
And Henry Martin looking really strong in the middle of the piece at the moment. He missed a couple of opportunities to really take a big lead. It's a big attack off the line now from Henry Martin.
And again, we've talked about this, and it's good game management at the moment, because Shee's now had to slow his attack off the line. Now it gives Martin the opportunity to then take the attack up. But again, I think now Shee might respond. But again, we talked about Martin going backwards at the beginning of the game. I think he's very, very powerful. Tries the line, but nice and patient. Takes the blade and hit. Wonderful touch.
Henry Martin looking quite assured at the moment, particularly in the middle of the piece. He's just taking his chances, but Shee slows right down to land the attack in this for this touch.
So this time overcommitting from Martin then. Nice. Again, it was the right move to do, just again, tiny bit. I just think he's gone a bit lethargic. He just needs to up his speed of his preparation.
It's the third unforced error, really, for Martin on the attack, landing on the guard. And 7-5 now, Oscar Shi leads.
Oh. Let's hope he's all right. I think he should be fine after that. But again, this time it was Shi's turn to actually go into the guard of Henry Martin this time. So it's kind of the classic left-handed, right-handed.
Shi then looking for one more to go to the minute break. Into the guard or direct through into the guard. Martin would like another look.
Yeah, I think he did eventually send him to video.
He returned, and it is given as pari riposte for Oscar Shi. He takes an 8-6 lead going into the break. Is it 2 hits the lead then for Oscar Shi? Interesting matchup because Martin feels like he's kind of got the run of the points in the middle, but just a few errors when he's got the long attack going into guard, just meaning that Shi is in the lead here.
Yeah, and I do expect in maybe the next half for Martin to step it up. I've seen him fence before, and I know he can definitely go up into the next gear. But also now with a 2-point lead in the final, gold medal on the stair, you know, she's going to put in a big effort as well. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think Martin needs actually to do that much to change. We talked about this before with Chromie in the junior men. Just a tiny bit of adjustment in distance and in speed, and he's pretty much doing everything right. As long as, again, it doesn't go into the guard and that doesn't cost him.
So then 8-6, Oscar Shi leads. And again, into the guard.
Yeah, again, he's doing everything right, just unforced error. Maybe he just needs to be a bit more active with his hand.
And Oscar Shi now starting to take advantage, getting more confident in his own middle attacking game.
That was a nice attack to do. Again, Martin did the same thing. He's just one step behind now. He needs to kind of up his tempo. And again, it was for a moment, you know, I heard the blade contact. I was wondering whose light was it going to be.
The attack is given for Martin. Oscar Shi sends the referee to the video.
Referees are having a hard look at this.
You come back. The attack is given for Oscar Shi.
I did feel that Martin was holding his hand slightly there.
So 4 hits he leads now.
Oh, he's tried that a couple of times now, this ducking drop shot, but Martin, again, his hand just was a lot more active there, so it was good that he didn't get caught or went into his guard.
Martin looks to launch off the line. Shi equal to it, building his attack now. Oh, Henry Martin, back line, leaps into the air to counter-attack.
Spectacular hit. Oh, the Australians are just asking him, was he off the back line? Referee's clear on this one.
A counter-attack given.
But that was a nice from Shi. What he's done is he's slowed it down and he's letting Martin make the mistake.
And he's through with that attack.
And he sent the referee to video. But I think she, in the last couple of points, has played it really intelligent. He's like when we started talking, he was 4 points up, and it was attack no. And you know, he just started to slow down, let Martin make the mistake. But as we said, Martin in his defense is very strong.
Pressing. It's just a question about the score.
Members of the crowd getting involved.
It's a question about whether the score should have been 11-all at the start of that point rather than 12-11.
But while we just wait for this to solve itself, that was a very nice attack from there. Because if I was she anyway, I'd be thinking, you know, that there was a spectacular hit. I'm coming forward, and I'd be thinking that would be in the back of my mind. Don't want to go short, but he had great legs to put on the extra step in his attack to make it.
So just looking back at it now, it looks like it should have been 11-all at the start of that point. And the referee's just looking to see if they can find any way of rewinding the video back.
Again, sometimes a break like this, for whatever reason it could be for injury, technical fault, broken equipment. Sometimes it always favours one person rather than the other.
Martin, though, confident, skips away. Can he land the attack? He gets tangled on the blade.
It was close, that one, to being a counter riposte back from Shi himself.
Into the parry, though. And Oscar Shi, one away from the Cadet Commonwealth title. Pressing Oscar Shi. And he's unable to land the counter-attack. Oscar Shi through and scores. He takes the individual title in Cadet Men's Sabre. 15-12.
That was a great last touch as well, and I didn't want to do the kiss of the commentator, but I was going to say all she needs is a nice slow start, because you know he was 3 points up there, and if he, you know, if Martin rushed off the line, he could have took him, but instead he takes over the attack himself. Really, really intelligent fencing. Nice, and I actually think Martin kind of got sucked into Shi's game then, and it all fell into his hand, but equally great fencing from both sides.
So that is our second final of the afternoon. The Cadet Men's Sabre final is just finished. Our next final will be the Veteran Men's Team Epee final coming up later. Join us again for that. And Pat, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, and it's been a great pleasure as always.